Welcome to Heartfelt Awakening Radio. I am your host, Denny Van. Today, our topic is, what is reality transurfing? Who am I? I help people who are on this journey heal so that they can step into being the change maker we so desperately need. And it must start with you. And today's topic is perfect. The book Reality Transurfing is what we are talking about today. If you haven't heard of Reality Transurfing yet, you will. It's becoming very, very hot here in the United States. It has been in the top selling book list in Russia and Europe for many years, since around 2006, I believe. And it is just now trickling here in the United States. So I want to talk about today, what is reality transurfing? Reality Transurfing is the name of a book, steps 1 through 5, and it includes 5 books published together in one book that is about 765 pages and 19 chapters long. In this book, the book shows us a model, theory, ideas, exercises, ways to apply this model to yourself. So it's learning physics, metaphysics, trainings, and those kind of things, and then apply to ourself. This is Reality Transurfing. And it was written by Vadim Zeland. He is a physicist, and he provides this theory as a model. And once we are able to construct this model for ourselves, our reality transforms. Period. Once you understand how the laws of the universe work, and many of us, actually one of the most common questions I get is, how is it like the law of attraction? It's nothing like the law of attraction, first of all. It is absolutely nothing like it. The law of attraction, and I've studied the law of attraction ever since, even before The Secret came out, studying this with my yoga practice. The law of attraction is based on one universal law, the law of cause and effect. Within the model of reality transurfing, the law of cause and effect is just one universal law. And this one universal law must bow to the law of balance. And so he goes into more detail of the law of balance and how, when we put importance on something, it triggers balancing forces that make sure the excess potential is neutralized. So let's say, for example, you really, really want something. You really, 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 really want this so bad, and you're putting importance on it because you really have to have it. What we are unconsciously doing when we put importance on it, we're actually creating a space of lack, because balancing forces are going to come and balance out that excess potential and make sure you don't get what you really, really, really want. So other techniques and ideas and theory that are in the book, I like to point out to the first chapter of the 19 chapters, where he talks about the rustle of the morning stars. And this is the space within each one of us that we might be unconscious of, but this is where our power is. And the thing about this is we can't use our 5 senses to detect. So we don't know how to listen to the rustle of the morning stars. We don't know how to shift to this larger part of us. So what reality transurfing does is it goes through the mind and it gives the mind a model so that the mind can kind of step aside so that the heart can come forth. And when the mind and heart are in unity, this is where the magic happens. This is the magic of reality transurfing. If you don't understand the first chapter of the book, the rest of the book is just technique. And that's why people are saying, well, it's just like law of attraction. It's not just like law of attraction. Law of attraction, again, is just one aspect of the complete model. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Whereas reality transurfing attempts to show us the whole puzzle put together. But the challenge is to apply these concepts, theories, universal laws that work, how physics works, how to apply it to ourselves. This is key. This is the difference with reality transurfing, because it attempts to show you how these universal laws work. Most of us are pretty ignorant of it. We only see what's already been reflected, and we call that reality. This is the real thing, what we're seeing and using our five senses to detect. However, what we're seeing and using our five senses to detect is the effect of the universal law of cause and effect, or law of attraction, like attracts like kind of thing. So if you understand just this concept, your practice of the law of attraction will definitely come to a whole new level. And instead of chasing to manifest things, what reality transurfing gets us to do is just say, this is what I want, and know that you have it. Know that it is in the space of variations. It's there, and now you ask for it. This is what I want. And then your higher self, the universe, goes and brings it to you. And science is coming to agreement with this. They talk about, especially lately, there's a system within the brain called the reticular activating system. And this system within our electrical brain work is actually a system. When we start looking at things, we start to see more of it. I know I have plenty of examples that I work with clients, and examples of my own. You may even have tried this when you were practicing the law of attraction. You'll say, I want to see more pennies, or I want to see perfect parking spots open up at just the right time. Or I've worked with clients where they say, I don't believe this stuff. So we start small, and I'll say, just ask to see more dragonflies. And next thing you know, dragonflies are everywhere. So this is our reticular activating system. This is within us, and we don't know how to use it. And so reality transurfing teaches us how to use it and how we're misusing it, because we misuse it when we put importance on the things we have to have. And then we trigger these balancing forces. And so this is reality transurfing, when you realize what you're seeing with your eyes, hearing with your ears, everything that we're experiencing right now is the effect. It's kind of like looking in a mirror and seeing a reflection. What we tend to do is want to change the reflection. But reality transurfing teaches us how to change the image first. You must change the image first, and it goes into details on how to create slides and keep that within your reticular activating system, and only send out your system to bring back those things that you want. And what we end up doing, many of us, is we keep looking at the things we don't want. I don't want to see that. Why is this happening? We have to create laws against this, and we have to stop this thing. These reality transurfing calls pendulums. These are structures that feed off our energy. And these structures can be good or bad. It doesn't matter. But what these structures want is your energy. Whether you're looking at it that you like it, I like this thing, so I'm going to give it my energy, or that you don't like it. I don't like this thing, I want to stop it, but still, what are you doing? You're feeding it. You're making it stronger. You're making it more. You'll see more of that in your experience. So if we can just take a moment and notice how we're reacting to our effect, to the effect of our world. Because what we're seeing in our world is the effect of our collective thoughts from yesterday and previous. So collectively, and it starts with one person at a time, and this is the work I do. I start with one person at a time. If you can just change you, it starts to grow from there. But if we are pointing at things, wanting those things to change, guess what? We're creating more of this. Is this what we want? Of course not. But what we don't know is how to change it. And this is where reality transurfing comes in, because it includes physics, the laws of physics, universal laws. Just like gravity, you could be ignorant of gravity, but the law is still there and you have to obey it, because if you walk off a cliff, guess what? You're going to fall and die. So being ignorant of the law is not an excuse, because the laws are still working within you. And reality transurfing gives you the advantage to understand how these laws work and to work with them as opposed to against them. So again, reality transurfing it's a deep read. It's 19 chapters. It's very, very deep. However, I would encourage you to just take little bite-sized takes of it and then begin to apply it to your own life. And so we have a group. I just wanted to let you know we do have a group. It's a Facebook social learning group and it's free. You're welcome to join. It's Heartfelt Awakening Village on Facebook. Come on over if you have any questions about it, because we teach about being a whole being. You're a human being. So just like everything in nature must have a positive and negative, two parts to create a whole. You are whole already. There's nothing outside of you you don't need to get any of the book. You don't need to do anything other than sit with who you really are. However, reality transurfing, if you've been on this journey and maybe you've studied the law of attraction and you understand the concept of the law of cause and effect, reality transurfing is going to take your journey to a whole new level where you're going to be able to change what we're seeing right now. And what we're seeing right now in our world is really not what we want. So how do we change it to what we want? And that's where reality transurfing comes in. And so honor your awakening. And this is what we do in our group. We honor our awakening by applying these principles to ourselves to allow this space within, this nothingness within you, the rustle of the morning stars, to sit quietly in this space and create more space. Get the world outside. Leave the world outside. Because remember, what's happening in the world is the effect. You are the cause. So if we can change inside what we want to see, then it will manifest outside. And we have the power to do that. So with that said, I want to thank you for being on this journey with me. And let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you'd like to get the book, or you would like some more resources. Shoot me off an email, denny@heartfeltawakening.com, or if you're on my Blog Talk Radio page, leave me a comment as well, because I'll be answering those comments. This is powerful stuff here. This is your world changing, and when you understand how to change your world, the world begins to change, because the world is a mirror for you. You are the cause. The world is the effect. And so with that said, I want to be on this journey with you to transurf reality and make our world a place where we can raise our children in and know that our children's children will have this beautiful place to live on. And it's a concern for me as someone who has children who are in their 20s and 30s. I want them to be able to have a world that they can call home, but it must start with them. So I do start with my own children as well, and especially with myself. My world is changing when I love who this person is. This person has every right to be here, just as you do, and I don't have any right to criticize anyone else, just like no one has a right to criticize me. So when you find this space within you, this is where your power is. This is where you discover you are the genie and the bottle. You are both. You are complete. You are whole. And so reality transurfing coming into my life and Just making minor changes, just applying a couple of the principles into my life, and then I started using it with my clients. The only word that comes up is miraculous, because everybody is in a different space, and wherever they are, that's where they blossom from. Because it's not something I can tell you, you have to do this and you have to be this and you have to decide this. I can't. Nobody can. It must come from when the mind and heart are in unity. And that's one of the principles in reality transurfing as well. So with that said, thank you so much for being with me on this journey. Thank you for listening to Heartfelt Awakening Radio. And do be sure to subscribe and also leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about our podcast and our radio station, and let us know what topics you'd love to hear next about. Have a day full of blessings.